Hey there, folks. It's October already. It's crazy. 2024. So I thought I'd just do a quick update on where the channel is going for the rest of the year and looking forward to the next year. I like to do these periodically just so you guys kind of know what's coming down the pipeline. So currently I'm in Montana working on my biological field work that I do seasonally. This actually times out pretty well because traditionally September and October are my worst performing months on YouTube. I've tried fighting the algorithm on this in so many different ways by doing big trout weeks and pumping out more content, but it just seems like engagement drops off and I just don't get as much exposure on YouTube. I don't know if that's just because my channel's so strongly focused on kokanee and ice fishing that these sort of between seasons just don't really drive a lot of viewers to my channel. And also, I think a lot of people are focused on football, hunting, and salmon fishing. And because of the nature of my work, I'm always drawn inland away from the salmon fisheries during their peak times in September. So it is what it is. I'm just not going to fight it anymore. I'm just going to embrace it. This is the time of year that I'm making money and diversifying my incomes, doing other things, and it's kind of a time for me to take a breather from the channel. I think this is good for me personally because it helps to reduce the probability that I will have burnout, which is pretty common for a lot of YouTubers. And like I said, I'm just kind of tired of fighting the algorithm. So it's better to just go with the flow than fight it. So you'll just see sprinklings of trout primarily content coming out from me, and some pike and walleye stuff that's available to me here locally, but mostly I'm just focused on working. Let's see, what else do we have going on? It's looking like it's going to be a La Nina winter, so we should have a decent ice fishing season, I hope. Fingers crossed for the inland Pacific Northwest. So I hope to do more ice fishing content there. This past year, 2024, I have been on the road like an insane amount. I've been away from home for 32 weeks total, all in all, and I'm finding that I don't really like that. So I'm going to dial back a bit on travel, sort of refocus the channel back on its core content, which is kokanee, trout, walleye, and then some others, smattering of salmon and other species thrown in there. So I'm hoping next year I'm going to be more closer to home and focusing on sort of my core content. And what I really want to work on next year is revisiting a lot of my original kokanee content, stuff that I made like 6, 7, 8 years ago that I just feel like is dated. It needs to be revisited because my knowledge of kokanee fishing has changed and the tactics in which I target kokanee has changed, and I feel like the quality of the video is not, and audio just needs to be revisited too, just because cameras have advanced so much now. I can really produce really decent quality stuff. So I'll be revisiting a lot of like sort of the kokanee formula videos and stuff like that and just making them better and tweaking some of my views on that are expressed in those videos. But I'm also going to do a masterclass series on kokanee. This is going to be behind a paywall, but this is going to be a very deep, in-depth dive on kokanee fishing, and I'm going to be doing like testing multiple different rod makers and reels, and using underwater video and live scope to really show you how these fish are reacting to different types of gear and different types of presentations, and also helping you to make better informed decisions on your purchases. So you'll be hearing more about that after the new year. But I'm really excited about that project. I just feel like it's really long overdue. And then last but not least, I am going to be, in the next probably month or two, I'm going to be switching to a new vendor for my merchandise, just because I'm just fed up with Teespring. Their quality of customer service has really dropped off. And I've also found a vendor that's going to be able to do print-on-demand embroidery for hats, both winter hats and ball caps, and then the quality of their shirts and screen printing is a lot better. I've been Not happy with Teespring for several months, and I know a lot of you have struggled with them. And so what I did is I actually signed up with like 5 different ones and built out stores on each one, and then started ordering stuff myself just to see what the turnaround time was and the quality. I finally found one that I really like. And this will be able to make it so you guys can get hats on demand, whether they want summer hats or winter hats, and also get, a little bit better quality shirts, sweaters, sweatshirts, and things like that that are screen printed. So I'm really excited about that as well. So yeah, that's the gist of what's going on right now. Hopefully, I'll be wrapping up things here in a few weeks. I also have sort of started using these shoulder seasons that are slower to really focus on training for races and running. So I have a race coming up, and I'm going to take sort of a few week breather down in Mexico, mostly chasing birds, but we're going to do a little bit of fishing. And then by the time I get back, I'm hoping that the ice season will be either right on the verge of getting started or be very close to getting started. And we'll dive into that. And you'll hear more about the Kokanee masterclass probably after the new year. If there's any content that you feel like you want to make suggestions of, I'm always open to hearing suggestions in the description of any one of my videos. In fact, that's where I get a lot of my ideas. So please feel free to express your interest in different topics in the comments section. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Just remember, fish smarter, not harder.